I am going to break down a lot of investing myths in this video because you do not need 6 figures to build wealth in the stock market. Don't let creators fool you. You don't need crypto luck and you don't need to start a business. And you definitely do not need to earn £100,000 a year. In fact, if you earn £40,000 in the United Kingdom, you have everything you need to become financially independent. But there's a problem. Most people on £40,000 a year stay broke forever. Not because they don't earn enough, but because they never ask themselves one important question. What do I do next? If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Here I talk about building wealth in the UK without gimmicks. And today I'm going to show you exactly how someone on a £40,000 a year salary can build serious long-term wealth in the market. And I'm going to be using real numbers, real accounts, and a realistic strategy. So first things first, let's break down what £40,000 actually looks like once it's paid. So after tax and national insurance in the UK, you take home roughly £2,600 a month. Now, immediately people are going to say, that's not enough, but let's zoom out. See, the median UK salary is around the mid-30s. So £40,000 a year is slightly above the average. You're not struggling, you're not rich. You're in the most powerful wealth building bracket. Why? Because your lifestyle expectations aren't insane, but your upside is huge. But here's the number one mistake that most people make. Most people increase their lifestyle first. Then they try to invest whatever's left over. Instead, we're going to flip it around. We're going to ask, what's next for the £2,600 that gets deposited into your account every single month? Step number one to building wealth on a £40,000 a year salary is to control the gap. And you need to realize that wealth is built in the gap. The gap I'm talking about is the wealth gap, and that's your income minus your expenses. It's what's left over at the end of the month after you pay out everything. Now let's say your expenses look like the following. You've got £900 a month that you pay in rent. You've got £300 a month that you contribute towards bills, £300 a month for food, £200 a month for transport, and £400 a month for lifestyle and miscellaneous. That brings us to a grand total of £2,100, and that leaves you £500 a month to invest. You see, most people are going to frown at the £500 a month that's left over, but what I want you to do is I want you to see that £500 as your weapon. Now here's the rule. You need to not let lifestyle creep steal away your £500 a month. If your income rises to £45,000 a year, you don't upgrade your car, you don't upgrade your apartment, you increase the wealth gap. It's because that £500 a month invested consistently changes everything. Step number 2 in the process is using the ISA properly. So I've made a video on this, and click up here if you haven't seen it already, but the most powerful legal tax wrapper that we have in the United Kingdom is the stocks and shares ISA. Now you can invest up to £20,000 every single financial year inside the stocks and shares ISA. And everything inside it is going to be free from capital gains tax, free from dividend tax, and completely shielded from any form of tax. So let's run some numbers. Let's say you invested £500 every single month and you averaged a long-term return of 7% every single year. Now after 10 years, you'd have roughly £86,000. But after 20 years, you'd have £260,000. And after 30 years, you'd have £600,000. And that's all from just investing £500 every single month. No business, no lottery win, just discipline. Now imagine you were able to increase your monthly contributions to £750 a month as your income grows. You'd cross 7 figures over time, but remember, this is tax-free growth. So what happens next? Step number 3 in the process is to avoid these 3 big wealth killers. Now, if you earn £40,000 a year, 3 things will quietly stop you from building wealth. Number 1 is car debt. People love keeping up with the Joneses. People love having a fancy car on the drive that collects dust. Most people are paying between £400 and £600 a month on car finance. That alone could be your entire investment contribution. So think carefully before you buy a car. And if you want my advice, I would rather buy a used car in full, in cash, and have no monthly payment. The second biggest wealth killer is lifestyle inflation. Upgrading your flat every single pay rise, going on more holidays, eating out more. These things are liabilities, and as soon as you start putting money into it, there's no asset growth because they're not assets, they're liabilities. And number 3 is cash hoarding. Now, keeping £40,000 in a 1% savings account for years lets inflation eat away at it, and wealth building requires controlled aggression, not recklessness. Not stagnation, but intelligent capital allocation. And step 4 in the process is the pension multiplier. If you're employed on a £40,000 a year salary, you'll likely have workplace pension matching. Now this is free money. If your employer matches your pension contributions by 5% and you contribute 5%, that's 10% of your salary that's being invested every single month. That's £4,000 a year. Now if we add that to your ISA investing, your total invested amount each year will be £4,000 from the pension and £6,000 from the ISA. That's £10,000 per year you'll be investing into the market. And over 30 years, an average growth rate of 7% a year, you're looking at over £1 million. That's 7 figures. And this is how regular people with regular jobs retire wealthy. When you hear those crazy stories like that guy who worked for UPS and he retired a multi-millionaire. This is exactly how it's done. It's done through not being flashy, but just being consistent. Now, step 5 is to increase your income intentionally, and this is where things get really powerful. Because your first wealth phase is discipline. Your second wealth phase is expansion. And on £40,000 a year, your skill set is worth way more. So what's next in the process? You need to ask for a promotion. You need to move companies. You need to upskill. You need to build a side income, a side hustle, and monetize your knowledge. You can get into freelancing. You can invest in your skills. And if you move from £40,000 a year to £55,000 a year within 5 years and keep your lifestyle exactly the same as if you still earned £40,000 a year, your investing power explodes. And that's how people accelerate their wealth. Income growth, plus expense control, plus investing. Now let's go through what 40K a year earners do wrong. Most 40K earners say that they'll start investing when they earn more money because they don't actually think that £40,000 a year is a lot of money. But earning more without discipline just creates bigger spending. Instead, you have to build the investing habit whilst you still earn £40,000 a year. Because if you can invest £500 on £40,000 a year, you'll be able to invest £2,000 on £80,000 a year. But if you invest nothing on 40K, you'll invest absolutely nothing on 80K a year. Income does not build wealth, behavior does. Now let's talk about the 15-year vision. If we zoom forward, let's say you're 28 years old right now. You start right now, you invest £500 to £800 per month consistently, you increase your income gradually, and you use the ISA and pension properly. By the age of 43, you could realistically have £400,000 to £600,000 invested, and by the age of 50, you could potentially be approaching 7 figures millionaire status on a salary that started at just £40,000. That's financial flexibility, that's optionality, and that's power. So look, here's the truth. A £40,000 a year salary is not the problem. A lack of structure is. Most people don't actually need more income, they need a system. Now, if you control the gap, use your ISA, use your pension, and avoid wealth killers, increase income intentionally, and stay consistent for 15 to 20 years, you will build serious wealth. Not overnight, but inevitably. The formula doesn't lie. So look, the question isn't, is £40,000 a year enough to invest in the stock market? The question is, what happens next? If this video helped you, please subscribe to my channel. I'm dropping videos like this every single week. And comment below, how much are you investing per month right now? Let's build properly.